morning, everyone. Wow, what a tough act to follow. What an inspiring talk by Karen. We're so honored to be here. Thank you, Chef Loy, for inviting me here today to speak with you. Yeah, we want to introduce you together also to Loukoumi. So Loukoumi's journey began when I was a child. When I heard the words from my aunt, who was a teacher, that said, "Believe in yourself and dreams come true." I always wanted to be a writer, and she always encouraged that. And along the way, I took a little bit of a detour. I went to law school. I clerked for a federal judge. And then when I got out, I was inspired by what I saw in the courtroom. So I wrote a legal thriller, 2 actually. I thought I was going to be the next John Grisham overnight, but obviously that never happened. But then a moment came in my life about 10 years later, and you never know. You always look back on moments in your life when your life took a change, the path took a turn. And believe it or not, I was just in the kitchen at home with my wife, and someone had brought us back a box of Loukoumi candy from Greece. Now, Loukoumi candy is a jelly candy with powdered sugar on top. I hadn't tried it since I was a kid, and to be honest with you, I don't really care for it very much. But here I was, and I asked her, I said, "Could you please hand me that box of Loukoumi?" Loukoumi. I called her Loukoumi. It just came out. And we looked at each other, and I said, "Wouldn't that make
Not us, his wife, huh?"
Right. I said, "Wouldn't that make a cute name for a children's book character?" So we joked around, what kind of character would Loukoumi be? We came up with a lamb. A year later, our son was born. He's now 19. He just went off to college at Tufts. But back then, almost 20 years ago to the day, I wanted to write this book just for him and just for me. And it's a story about a little lamb that goes around the world. Loukoumi actually comes to Italy. She doesn't come to Lake Como, but she goes to Venice. And I didn't have an agent. I didn't have a publisher. I self-published the book, printed 1,000 copies. One of those copies got in the hands of the New York Times, and they wrote an article about it, and the book hit number 4 on the Barnes & Noble bestseller list.
Yeah.
Thank you. My dream of becoming a writer had then come true, so I wanted to take that and then inspire other children to follow their dreams. One of my dreams, yes. My other dream is realizing right now, speaking with Chef Loy at the Happiness Summit. So I wrote the second book called Growing Up with Loukoumi to encourage kids to follow their dreams and whatever it is, whatever career path they want to take. And we started a program called Dream Day, where kids have to send us a cell phone video saying what they want to be in life, and then we make their dream career come true for a day. Our first winner wanted to be a Mars rover engineer. I didn't even know what that was. So this girl got to watch a spaceship land on the planet Mars from Mission Control. And when I was out with that girl's dream day in California, I had lunch with John Aniston, Jennifer Aniston's father, who I had worked with on another charity for many years. And John said, "This is really cool." He goes, "I'd like to be part of this project in some way." So that was my 2 minutes to ask. I said, "How about you and your daughter, Jennifer?"
Well, he was Greek. Come on.
He was Greek. He was Greek. But if I didn't go to her father and I went to her manager, her agent, never would have happened. The line in the book is, "Make someone smile, do a good deed, lend a hand to a friend in need. Whatever you do, whatever you say, do something nice for someone today." And Maria actually won up Jennifer the other day, right? What did you do, Maria?
I told you that I will read it the same thing in Italian, and I did it over here in Como.
We have a program.
Yes, I did it.
We have a program called the Loukoumi Good Deed of the Month Zoom, where we unite schools around the world on a Zoom every month to talk about what they're doing to change the world. And we were at the San Carpoforo School the other day, and Maria read Loukoumi's Good Deeds in Italian, which was very special. Those are the Loukoumi books in the series now. There are 10 books in the series. And the third one in the series is called Loukoumi's Good Deeds, which has become the hallmark for the Loukoumi Foundation. So that book, Loukoumi's Good Deeds, as I said, became the hallmark for the foundation because it's a simple lesson in a children's book, right, Maria? I mean,
it says it all.
Yeah.
Teaching children that philanthropy for causes that they are passionate about leads to happiness, because they have to find the happiness in them in order to help other people to find the happiness. And going through helping others, that's what they're doing. They find their happiness.
Absolutely. And what we do is we don't we don't force the philanthropy on them. We don't tell them what they have to do. We ask them what makes them happy, what are their interests, and then we ask them and cultivate within them. We don't plant a seed, but we take what's already in them and grow it so that they can do good deed projects.
And what will happen after that?
Right. So these kids, for instance, this young girl right here, Ava. Here she is in the 2nd grade. She's now a student at NYU. She's raised over $100,000 for cancer research. There's Constantine, who loves baseball. He helps renovate baseball fields across America. Little Ruby loves nursing homes, and she worked with her mother in nursing home all her life, and she helps fulfill wishes for nursing home residents. Next. Been very, very fortunate to have many wonderful celebrities like Chef Maria Loy.
They even have me over there.
Yep, front and center.
Good. Nice.
And we have, of course, we mentioned Jennifer Aniston. Now, Morgan Freeman, I have to tell you just quickly, we had a Loukoumi celebrity cookbook many years ago, and Morgan Freeman gave us a recipe for roast leg of lamb. Loukoumi's a lamb, right?
That's why we're going to write it in the new book. Okay, that's it.
So I had to politely tell him his assistant laughed so hard she dropped the phone on the floor.
Yeah.
And now it's become the Loukoumi Make a Difference movement, what we call it, because we unite hundreds of charities and organizations around the world that we work with, because we don't just support one charity. We support the kids' charities. So what we've decided to do together, because Maria and I become such good friends, Maria came to me many years ago and said, I want to help, I want to do something. I watched her during the pandemic serve thousands of meals.
You're speaking about me.
I'm speaking about you, because you've served thousands of meals during the pandemic to hospitals, to first responders. I was so inspired by everything you did with the floating hospital. So what we decided...
Yeah, we have our own kitchen now.
We have our own kitchen. We have the Chef Maria Loy Loukoumi Foundation kitchen at the Teaching Hospital for Homeless Patients in New York City. And what we do there is...
Thank you.
What we do there is children that are genuinely interested in helping the homeless or in cooking and using that talent to make a difference go to this kitchen, and Chef Maria Loy will cook with them food.
And you can come there if you want.
Yes.
We can arrange, okay? And we can take also the food after that to homeless shelter or whoever is in need.
And what they do is they then serve the food that they cooked to the homeless. Here we went down to New York City to an area on the streets where there's
so
a big population of homeless people. And this was a life-changing experience for these kids because they've seen homeless people on the street. They may have been scared, apprehensive. Here they made a connection. But it was just wonderful to do this program. We just did it last weekend with another group of kids. And of course, our Dream Day program would not be complete without Chef Maria Loy, who cooked there with
And
Lauren.
without all of you, you have to participate in our Dream Day, okay? We can send you information.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the impact that we have, we tried to pick one story. This is the story of Lionel. So Lionel lived his dream day many years ago in 2008. He wanted to be a soccer star. So we arranged for him to play soccer with the New York Red Bulls. Lionel and his mother would come to all our Loukoumi events for many years. But then
it's an amazing story. You have to say the whole story.
Amazing. Yes, thank you. And he's such a great kid. I have permission. Okay. So Lionel then stopped coming to our events for almost 2 years. And his mother then reached out to me after and said the reason he stopped coming was because he had lymphoma and he was very sick. He then got better, thankfully. But when he was in the hospital, the Make-A-Wish Foundation came to him and said, we want to make your wish come true. He said, I want to go to Disneyland Paris. So they said, great. When your cancer's in remission, you're going to go to Disneyland Paris with your family. Thank God he got better. It was time to go. And he said, you know what? I've changed my mind. He goes, there's an organization that helped me when I was in the hospital financially and emotionally. They helped my family get through. It's called Friends of Karen. Don't waste $10,000 on a trip to Disneyland Paris. Use that money and make a donation in my name, in his name, Lionel's name, to the organization. And his mother called me up and said it's because of the lessons that he learned in the Loukoumi books at a young age that he learned that giving back to others, especially others that helped him, was more important. Lionel now is cancer-free. He graduated from the University of Michigan.
Yeah,
and he's on our Loukoumi board now. He's on our board helping others now, and it's just an incredible story because he's such a wonderful person. But that's what is a simple lesson in a children's book helped formulate the rest of his life.
And we have like almost 1,000 stories like this.
1,000
the homeless,
stories.
You know, like,
Yeah.
and more, I guess. But we don't have to tell you today. Always you can go to the Loukoumi Foundation.
.org. Yeah.
Good. Okay.
And it's not just for kids. I want, we heard yesterday about thinking of things that make you happy. Think of people that make you happy. Think of something that you like to do, and then think of someone you want to do it with. Yeah. And I think working with the children has changed your life too. I can see it. I see it when the kids hug Maria at the events, and all of this. That's why I say, find something that you like to do. This has changed my life. I've been an attorney all my life. I was general counsel of a company in New York City for 28 years.
3 weeks now you changed?
2.5 weeks ago, I decided to leave that because I wanted to leave that stressful life, that negative life of being an attorney, and go into positiveness. And I chose happiness.
I hope that I have influence on that.
Yes. Maria has been my biggest supporter, and I now am the executive director full-time of the Loukoumi Foundation. And my first order of business was coming to the World Happiness Summit. And I have to tell you, I have never been more happy in my professional career in my entire life. And thank you, Karen, for the idea that you gave us. We're going to end with a video because Karen said when she invited me to speak here with Chef Loy, she said, why don't we go around the world to the children that you work with through the Loukoumi Foundation and have them draw pictures of what a happy world looks like. So we've put together a short video of what a happy world looks like through the eyes of children to the song that Grammy Award-winning legend Gloria Gaynor recorded for the Loukoumi Foundation. So we leave you with that. Thank you all, and let's all make a difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make someone smile. Do a good deed. Lend to a friend in need. Whatever you do, whatever you say, do something nice for someone